First, we talk to everyone. Not too much longer now. I guess this will be your first time back home since you started at Thor's, right? Does it feel a little awkward going back after you ran away from home? A little, yeah. At least we're only changing trains there, so I don't have to leave the station. I haven't been in Rower since I switched lines there on the way to Trista. Oh, right, I almost forgot. If you came from Ymir, you have gone through Rower. I visited Ymir once when I was a kid, but I haven't been there since. I remember it being a really nice place though. The scenery was so beautiful. Oh, didn't know you actually been there. Yeah, it really is beautiful. A place that nice doesn't really fit a guy like me. Are you still sulking over what that twit said during our last practical exam? Pay the House of Hiram's little mind, and they're full of a third son, even less. I don't think he meant most of those awful things he said. Emma, you're too pure for this world. He definitely did. Yeah, it seemed like his anger just got the better of him. I'll bet he regretted it later. And regardless of what he thinks, we all think you're a swell guy as a classmate and as a friend. So don't be hard on yourself. Thanks, guys. Means a lot to hear you say that. Like, you're hopeless sometimes, Reen. Emma. It's easy to forget, but in traveling to North Highlands, we'll actually be leaving the country. Feels strange, heading out beyond our borders, a little emotional even. Yeah, we got a long journey ahead of us. I can only wonder what kind of things they'll have us doing when we get there. Can't even begin to imagine. Each month seems to throw something new at us. I am a little worried about how Fee is holding up though. Yeah, there's definitely something going on between her and Laura. I'm not sure there's anything we could do about that. I'm sure Elliot and Marcus will keep an eye on those two for us. We got our own battles to face. I'd like all of us to come back from this trip in one piece. You're right, of course. The horses of the North Highlands are known for being some of the finest on the continent. With their soul builds, high endurance, and steadfast loyalty to their masters, they truly are the ideal steeds. The Highlands are far from the only place that raises horses. The horses from the North are in a class all of their own. Sounds like you couldn't find a better horse if you searched across the Empire. Though now I can see why Arthur is such an impressive specimen. Who? Oh, Arthur's the horse we had back at home. My dad would often ride him out, hunting with our old dog Badukes. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Back when I was a kid, he'd lift me up on his back and let me ride around. I see. This will be an excellent opportunity to learn more about how the Empire's finest horses are raised right at the source. Wow, he seems like he's really into this. Guys, the best one for last. Well, here's a sight for sore eyes. Haven't soaked in the scenery like this since I first came to Trista. I hope everyone in the settlement is doing well. He seems happy to be headed home. I've always been curious, how did you end up coming to Thor's anyway? Well, about a year ago I met a general in the Imperial Army in Nord. One thing led to another and he ended up giving me a recommendation to attend the academy. He was strangely adamant that my skill with the spear would come in handy during my time at Thor's. Guess he was right. I could see why an Imperial general might take interest in your spearmanship. Our cavalry's lance and spear training has its origins not just in the tale of Eisenritter, but in the traditions of the Highlands as well. Oh, that's pretty interesting. It's just recently that I've been learning how far back the connection between Nord and Erebonia goes. Indeed. Alright, play some Blade.
Shall we begin?
Oh, we shall.
Go ahead and draw. You should go first then.
Oh, thank you guys. Very nice of you.
I'll use a bolt.
Yeah, of course.
It seems the winds were on my side.
Why would I do that? Do that again. No. Play with Gaius again.
Shall we begin? Go ahead and draw. I'll go first then. I'll use a bolt.
Uh-huh.
I'll use a bolt.
Okay, you're just gonna use a bolt, huh?
I hate to do this, but...
I can do it back.
Huh. Well played.
Huh.
Well done.
Huh.
Well done. Huh. Well played. It seems the winds
Oh,
are
come on.
our
I should have
side.
done the bolt first. I hate Blade. Yeah, I don't really like Blade. Not really a fan. Blade is Blade is an okay game. I'm not really a big fan of it. I'll play it a little more for the playthrough, but probably not much. I definitely am more akin to like Triple Triad or Tycoon in Persona 5 Royal. The Ministry of Ministry of Railways wishes to thank all passengers for their patronage. This special express line is bound for Rower. Our next stop is Rower, the terminus of this express line. Please ensure you have all your belongings with you when disembarking the train. Here we are. This is my first visit to the Empire's industrial metropolis. Metropolis, rather. Actually, it's my first time too. I passed through when I came to the academy, but even then, I could see why people associated with the industry. Feels like the whole city's one big massive iron. Yeah, it really does have that vibe. What are those cone-shaped towers out in the distance anyway? Oh, those are the orbital generators for the industrial plants. There are tons of large factories in the city, so they need to create all the orbital energy needed to power them. Wow, really? If I weren't seeing it for myself, I'd be hard-pressed to imagine a city like this. Alright, well, we have arrived. We're in Rower. Are we gonna meet Elisa's mother? Man, I hope not. Well, we finally made it as far as Rower. We'll need to transfer to a freight line to reach North Highlands from here, right? Right, there'll be a freight train leaving from Platform 4 that we need to board. Platform 4 is up the staircase and to the left, I think. Alright, let's not waste any time then. Oh, they're actually gonna make me move, huh? Hi, people in Rower. Talk to some people while we're here. Right, I'm heading off. Okay, don't forget to write, or to maintain proper hygiene, and make sure you eat a balanced diet. I know, I could look after myself, sis. Ha, siblings. Oh, cutscene? Come to think of it, it's already past noon. Perhaps we should purchase some lunches for the rest of our journey. Sounds like a plan. We still have another 4 hours to go. We're going to need to eat something between now and dinner. Seems highly unlikely a freight train would be equipped with vending machines or other such comforts either. We'll need to go through the ticket gate then. There's a shop in the main part of the station that sells pre-packed lunches.
Oh, there won't be any need for that.
Where on earth did Sharon come from?
No way.
Sharon? Huh, huh, huh. How did you get here before us? The power of my love for you allows me to do the impossible, my lady. And as you'll see, I've prepared packed lunches for all of you that far surpass this morning's offerings.
I hate to be disagreeing with Elisa, but I think Sharon's lunches are better than anything else.
I do hope you'll enjoy them.
Thanks.
I received a special packed lunch for each member of the group.
We really appreciate you going to all the trouble to make these for us.
True. That said, I'm really curious how you got here before us.
It seems that the Reinford family's maid enjoys a little amusement at the expense of her employer. I imagine you transferred to an airship in the capital?
Ah.
Of course. Why didn't I think of that? You can cut the time from Heimdall to Ruhr in half if you travel by airship, I think.
You got me. I took advantage of the opportunity to borrow the airship's kitchen so I could make your lunches as well. They're quite fresh, so take a moment to savor the taste. Well, thank you.
We really do appreciate all you're doing for us.
Honestly, I knew you had to be up to something. You're not planning on coming all the way to the North Highlands with us now, are you? I'd love to, but unfortunately, I have some other business I must attend to.
Oh, Lisa's been saved by the bell.
I may not be able to return to Trista for a while either.
Other business? Sharon will be assisting me with my work.
Oh, is that her mom?
Mother?
Hello, Elisa. Ah, you all must be members of Class 7.
Irena Reinford.
I'm Elisa's mother, Irena.
Oh, Irena, my bad.
Also the chairman of the Reinford group. It's a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is ours. I'm Reen Schwarzer.
Pleased to meet you. My name is Emma Milstein.
Gaius Warzel. Glad to make your acquaintance.
Eustace Alberea. A pleasure.
I'm glad you're all managing to get along with my obstinate daughter. I wish I could stay a while, but unfortunately I've work that can't wait. Come along, Sharon.
As you wish, Madam Chairman. What? Seriously? You show up like this and that's all you have to say?
Elisa, don't make a scene.
It's always work with you, isn't it? You probably didn't even notice I left home until I was already gone. Now it's just, hello, Elisa, and that's it? My lady.
I did get the impression her relationship with her mother wasn't all sunshine and gumdrops.
It never is.
Seems there's a lot of friction between them.
You can live your life however you see fit. I have no intention of forcing the Reinford group on you, even if you decide to follow a certain someone's path and cast aside all sense of responsibility. It's your choice to make. Besides, I still manage to keep myself informed of the general goings-on in your academic life. In the monthly reports I receive from the Academy.
What? I knew Sharon would relay back information about me, but reports from the Academy itself?
Oh, you must not have known. In addition to my other responsibilities, I also sit on the Academy's board of directors.
Oh my, that means...
Just like Rufus.
It does appear that way. I'd certainly deem the chairman of the Reinford group a canny choice as a member of the board.
The Reinford group is heavily involved in the development of the Orbital staff, as well as your Arcus. I must say, I'm quite pleased with the reports I've received on your usage of both.
Oh, so you made the Orbital staffs and the Arcus. That's really neat.
I'm looking forward to seeing the results of this month's field study as well. Do give me some good reading, won't you?
Please excuse us, my lady. Take care during the rest of your journey. Elisa.
You alright?
That was a lot to handle. Wait, the North Highlands. We have to do another train ride? Damn it. I thought I finally had her out of my hair, but it looks like she was one step ahead of me this whole time. I take it you and your mother aren't on good terms then. Yeah, I think that much was abundantly clear. Things have been rocky between us for a long time now. Once I left home, that was the first step that led to me enrolling in the academy. How was I supposed to know I'd gone and signed up for the school she sits on the board of directors of? How could I have been so stupid? Why didn't I conduct a more thorough investigation before I made my choice? I don't know what to say. You have our sympathies, I suppose. Is your mother being on the board of directors really such a problem? Well, it's complicated. Usually, she seems like she's only interested in her work, but then she'll suddenly start meddling in my life. She says to do just what I want, but it always turns out wherever I go, she's there ahead of me. Just like today. I should have known there was something up. The bank account my grandfather gave me to cover up my academic expenses hasn't taken a dip since my first day at Thor's. So your mother's been paying your bills the whole time? It does seem like a strong possibility, especially considering her presence on the board of directors. I can see what you're grousing about. Most people would be grateful to have a parent display that much interest. What? At least your mother spared the time to come and greet us. At least she showed the slightest trace of interest in you and your classmates. Oh. Eustace. Forget it. Sounds complicated. You know, I kinda get where Elisa's coming from. A parent meddling in their child's life. Gotta be rough. Well, we just entered the tunnel. The first of many, now that we're going through the mountains. I see. Anyway, how about we dig into those lunches Sharon made for us? That sounds good to me. Seems like she went out of her way to prepare them. Alright. If these are subpar because she had to make do with the airship's kitchen, I won't let her hear the end of it. Well then, let's dig in. Quite a long train ride. We haven't even arrived at the North Highlands. We literally were in for a long ride. Wow, so you're going to the Highlands for an academy field study? Sounds like you budding soldiers do some pretty interesting things as part of your training these days. I suppose you could say that. Yours seems to be quite different from most military academies in that regard, though. Still feels pretty neat to see you all dressed up in your uniforms. They look pretty sharp on you. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Even at the academy, Gaius always stands out because of his height. Yeah, he towers over even second years. Are all the people in your settlement of a similar height? Nah, I'd say my dad is the only one who really has height on me. My younger brother is fairly short, though. I wouldn't doubt he has another growth spurt coming this way. I seem to remember you mentioning you have quite a few siblings. A younger brother and 2 younger sisters, to be exact. They're a little on the shy side, but I hope you'll get along with them. Can do. Still, if you look through the window, it really feels like we're getting closer to the Highlands now. Indeed. Man, seeing you kids rush off on some adventure kinda makes me jealous. Anyway, we're about halfway through the Isengard region now. We should reach Zender Gate in 2 hours or so take this time to relax. Thank you. We appreciate the info. Quite a long train ride. Did you meet him back in the spring when you were on your way to Trista? Yeah, maybe this same trip back then. Yes. Oh my goodness. I cannot read this. Yeah, I made the same trip back then too. We had plenty of time to kill, so he taught me a lot about Erebonian culture. Sounds like a pretty nice guy. I'll bet that served as a pretty useful primer. It did. There are a lot of people I'm thankful to for helping me come this far. But most of all, I'm thankful to the winds and to the goddess. The winds and the goddess. Ah, yes, of course. The 2 most important people in this game. Classic Gaius. I was gonna say that too. Very classic Gaius. The Gate of Zender. And the North Highlands, we're here. If the game gives me a chance to save, that'd be grand. Hey, that looks like you ought to be coming out of the last tunnel any time now. I see. Elisa, Husis, we're almost there. Oh, my eyes. So this is, I can only just make it out in the distance, but it looks like that's it. So that's North Highlands. I'll admit it appears even more breathtaking than I was expecting. I'll be even happier to hear you say that once you've seen it up close. Alright, we made it, finally. That was quite the long trip. I would hope the game gives me a chance to save. This would be a great place to wrap up. 16:30, that's it's like 4 o'clock? It's like 4:30, right? Military time? Zender Gate. Ah, you have arrived. Yeah, I said that, right? It's a pleasure to see you again, Lieutenant General. Likewise, it's been months since I last saw you. Seems almost surreal to see you standing there in a military academy uniform. Though this is the first I've ever seen Thor's ensemble in red. This is the color they use for my class, Class 7. Looks like he's pretty high up in the Imperial Army. Yeah, I'm betting he's the Lieutenant General in charge of Zender Gate. He seems quite close to Gaius. An Imperial General with an eye patch. That seems familiar somehow. He's secretly a pirate behind the scenes. These must be your classmates. Indeed, these are about half of my classmates from Class 7. I'm Reen Schwarzer. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. Irena Reinford, sir. I'm Emmett Milstein, sir. This is Albrea. It's an honor. Seems like our classmates are an interesting bunch, as I've heard. Lieutenant General Zex Vander. I'm Zex Vander, commanding officer of the Imperial Army's 3rd Armored Division. Pleasure to meet you. Oh, One-Eyed Zex. So you're one of the Guardians of the Honor family. Oh, so it seems some of you already know of me. A Guardian of the Honor family. Oh, now I remember. The Vanders are a celebrated military family responsible for protection of the Imperial family. And One-Eyed Zex Vander is said to be one of the Imperial Army's finest generals. They say the Vander and Arcade schools of swordsmanship are two of the most renowned styles in Erebonia. Truly is an honor to meet you, sir. I'm just a military man, hardly deserving of quite that level of praise. I'd love to hear about all of you and your excursion to the Highlands, but unfortunately, we don't have the time. You should set out as soon as possible if you want to reach the settlement by nightfall. I agree. Were you able to take care of all the arrangements? I did, rest assured. What arrangements? We need to head up now if we want to reach Gaius' home by sundown, right? Right, which is why I asked Lieutenant General to arrange some transportation for us. Alright, just follow me and I'll show you the way. Oh, we're gonna go on like some kind of fast car. Wow. Oh, this track. Oh my goodness. It's the wild area. Oh, this is gonna be great. This is probably gonna be an amazing area to explore. I'm looking forward to this. North Highlands. Oh, love it. I also love this sunset they got. It's simply breathtaking. I had no idea a land so beautiful lay at the far end of the railway. Honestly, I suppose words are woefully insufficient in the face of such majesty. Glad to hear you think so. Do we get to ride those horses? Oh, I'd be down. Dragon Quest XI, riding some horses. I would love it. Or Breath of the Wild. I never played Breath of the Wild, but reminds me of it. Horses. Are you saying we're to travel on the settlement horseback? Highlands are way too vast to cover in any reasonable length of time on foot. You'll be fine. You're a member of the riding club. And Reed and Elisa both have riding experience, right? Yeah, I think I can manage. I learned back at home, so I should be okay as long as we aren't making any trick jumps or anything. I'm afraid I'd never ridden a horse before. Not a problem. You can just hitch a ride in the back of someone else's horse. Emma, with me. Elisa would probably be the best choice considering the balance and weight. No, Emma's with me. I can do that. Is that alright with you, Emma? Yeah, although I do feel a bit nervous. Let's mount up at once then. Oh, this is sick. Do I actually get to ride the horse? Or is it just for a cutscene? Okay, steady now. Steady. This is a fine horse. Are you doing okay back there, Emma? Yeah, I'm fine, I think. Make sure to hold on tight when we start moving. This should be a fun trip. We're all top quality horses raised here in the Highlands. At a good clip, you should be able to reach the settlement in under an hour. Oh, and before I forget, I'm sure guys won't have much need of this, but the rest of you should take the map of the Highlands. A map? Oh, sick. Thank you. Wow. Such a high level of detail. It looks as though the Army's surveying expertise is being put to good use. Indeed, I hope it will prove useful during your field study. Thank you very much, sir. Alright, that's about it from me. You should be heading out. May the blessing of the winds and the goddess be with you. Give my regards to the elder and Lakin. We will. Thank you for seeing us off, sir. If you'll excuse us then. Oh, this is awesome. Game, please let me save.
This is worlds apart from the bustle of the city.
It really is. I feel like I'm one with the wind. Indeed, but if you didn't go too fast, that would be great.
I'm sure it will feel natural in time. No doubt the riding club would be fuming with envy if they could see us now.
I'll bet.
Anyway, my home settlement is due northeast of here. Hopefully we'll be able to reach it before sundown.
Right.
How convenient to have these. How convenient to have these characters. Oh, I get to ride the horse. How to ride a horse. Horseback riding controls are largely the same as those for regular movement. Use the left stick to move, dash back. Oh, sick. Oh! This game just got better. This game just got better. Beautiful. I love it. We're gonna wrap up here. This is a great place to wrap up, and by the time we'll start exploring the North Highlands next time. That'd be a great way to start next session, but those of you watching, hope you all enjoyed. And I'm really looking forward to this field study. This area looks fun to explore. I'm looking forward to going through it, so we'll do that next time. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.